Not all big teams collapse slowly. Some of them fall in a very short time. And that's exactly what is happening to Liverpool right now. A team that not long ago was considered a title contender is now under massive pressure. Not just because they're losing, but because of how they're losing. And even more worrying, it's not only their on-field performance that's declining, it's also what's happening inside the team. Player comments, coaching decisions, media scrutiny, everything points to one thing. Something is not right at Liverpool. And in this video, we'll break it all down, from their string of defeats to the harsh criticism of Arne Slot, because this isn't just a dip in form, this could be the beginning of a major crisis. 3 straight defeats, the start of the fall. It all began with results that might seem normal at first glance, but when put together, they form a worrying pattern. The first defeat came on March 21, 2026. Liverpool traveled to face Brighton and Albion in the Premier League. The result? A 2-1 loss. On paper, not a humiliating defeat, but this is where the problems started to show. Liverpool dominated possession, but failed to score enough. And worse, they conceded from counterattacks, something that kept happening afterward. Then came the match that truly shattered their mentality. April 4th, 2026, against Manchester City in the FA Cup. The result? Liverpool were crushed, 4-0. This wasn't just a loss, it was total destruction. Their defense was in chaos, the pressing didn't work, and they looked like a team without direction. Even a penalty was missed. A night that exposed just how fragile Liverpool had become. And the lowest point came in Europe. April 8th, 2026, Liverpool traveled to Paris to face Paris Saint-Germain in the UEFA Champions League. The result? A 2-0 defeat, but the scoreline didn't even reflect how one-sided the match was. Liverpool didn't register a single shot on target. They were dominated in possession, and throughout the game, they looked completely powerless. Across those 3 matches, Liverpool lost all 3, conceded 8 goals, scored just once. This isn't just a bad run, this is a warning sign. Arne Slot's tactics under fire. When poor results come, the spotlight always turns to the manager. And in this case, all eyes are on Arne Slot. One of the most controversial decisions came when he changed the system, especially against Paris Saint-Germain. Slot tried a new formation, switching to a 5-3-2 or 3-5-2 in attack, with a much more defensive approach than usual. This meant adding an extra center back to deal with PSG's attacking threats, especially fast players like Kvaratskhelia. It was a drastic change from Liverpool's usual style, but the result? A disaster. Players looked uncomfortable, the structure fell apart, and most noticeably, there was no connection between the lines. The English media reacted immediately. Some called it a tactical gamble that completely failed. Others even said it was a decision worthy of getting him sacked. And the criticism is without reason. On the pitch, Liverpool truly lost their identity. Even more worrying, Slot himself admitted the team's condition. He said Liverpool are currently in survival mode, a phrase rarely heard from a top-level manager, because it means one thing: Liverpool are no longer trying to win. They're just trying not to lose badly. On-field problems, not just tactics. If it were only about tactics, it might be fixed quickly, but Liverpool's problems run much deeper. It starts with the defense. Coordination between players has dropped drastically. They often lose their positioning, and they're far too easy to break through on counterattacks. The 4 goals from Manchester City are clear proof. Then the midfield. Liverpool have lost control of the game. They can't dictate tempo, and they're often beaten in key duels, allowing opponents to dominate. And in attack, it's a different issue. They actually create chances, but fail to finish them. Poor finishing turns all their efforts into nothing. The peak of this was seen against PSG. No shots on target, no threat, no hope. Looking at it as a whole, this isn't one problem. It's a systemic issue. Conflict and mentality, a deeper issue. When performance drops, internal issues usually follow, and that's starting to show at Liverpool. Team captain Virgil van Dijk openly said this season is unacceptable. Even more concerning, he said the team looked like they had given up in the loss to Manchester City. That statement is huge because it means the issue isn't just technical, it's mental. What makes things worse is Arne Slot's response. He didn't fully agree. He said he didn't see players giving up. This difference in perspective shows one thing: there's a disconnect inside the team between the manager and the players. Club legend Steven Gerrard also spoke out. He criticized the team's condition and emphasized that Liverpool's standards cannot be this low. When legends start speaking, it usually means the situation is serious. Pressure building, the start of a crisis maybe? All of this leads to one thing: pressure. On the manager, on the players, on the club as a whole. The biggest spotlight is on Arne Slot. The English media are questioning whether he is still the right man for the job. His tactical decisions, especially against PSG, are seen as major mistakes. Some even say they could lead to his dismissal. This pressure isn't just speculation. Reports suggest internal discussions are taking place. An emergency meeting has been held to evaluate the situation. From there, speculation has grown about Slot's future, about possible changes, and even about who might replace him. On the other hand, the team's mental condition is becoming increasingly worrying. Arne Slot himself admitted Liverpool are in survival mode. Even more alarming, he said the team is starting to get used to negative things. This is a dangerous sign, because when losing starts to feel normal, when pressure becomes routine and confidence disappears, the problem is no longer tactical, it's mentality. And in football, when mentality collapses, that's when the real downfall begins. If we look at all of this as a whole, one thing becomes very clear. Liverpool aren't just losing, they're losing something far more important: identity, confidence, and maybe direction. From 3 straight defeats to sharp criticism from players, legends, and the media, everything leads to one big question. Is this just a bad phase or the beginning of something much bigger? Because in football, falling is normal, but what defines a team is how they rise again. What do you think is really happening at Liverpool? Is it tactical failure or a mental issue? Write your opinion in the comments. And if you enjoy analysis like this, don't forget to subscribe, because in football, big stories never truly end.